Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Market Psychology 101, where we look for value in the markets when there's fear and are cautious when there's greed. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the top Bitcoin mining stocks, seeing what the technicals are showing us, if any are at some good values to buy. Let's take a look first at the crypto and the stock market fear and greed index. So we are in greed at 74 for crypto. We were formerly in extreme greed. As you can see, not too long ago, we are in a minor downtrend. However, for the last year and really since the middle of 2022, we've been in an uptrend in fear and greed. So two ways I'm looking at it. One, are we going to be going further into Bitcoin all-time highs, and then will that positively affect minor stocks, kind of like we did here later in 2021? Or are we about to have a mid-cycle top like we had here? When we did, the greed spiked and then fell hard. When we got to those all-time highs in 2021, or past the all-time highs and got up to like 65,000, this wasn't the top. This is when we broke all-time highs. The top was more down here. And as you can see, there were a couple scary corrections where the greed index went into fear down into the 40 levels. So we'll see. I would like to see greed stay up here and kind of accumulate. So hopefully that's the case. But if it spikes down hard, then, it's possible we could be selling off for a while. However, because we have broken all-time highs very recently in Bitcoin, I'm leaning this way, that this is where we're at. As far as stocks with fear and greed, pie vesting, we are right in extreme greed, right at the 75. So that's greed. It's really 75 and above. In crypto, on CNN, we are in greed as well. So taking a quick look at Bitcoin, we have a daily sell-off going on right here. And let's measure that out. So we got up to around 74,000, and the price of Bitcoin's gone down about 17-ish%. And right now it's playing out a sell signal on the daily. It's underneath the 20 moving average on the daily. If we go to the weekly, however, and zoom out, you can see that things are still green. And we do have these 4 20% drawdowns, these 4 right here. So I am waiting to see if this turns red, and maybe we get a bigger correction somewhere around 30%. We'll see. Who knows? But a couple things I am looking at for crypto as well as the miners, and yes, this is all connected. If we look at Bitcoin dominance, what you can see here is when the dominance of Bitcoin, and what this means is the overall percent of money that's in Bitcoin compared to the rest of the crypto market, when the dominance percentage of Bitcoin crashes, that is when alts and the miners explode and go way up. Here, January 8th, that's when the altcoins sold off and when things started to dump after the 2017 peak. So right here, the 2021 peak, when altcoins were really ripping up, that was this whole phase right here, March to April. You can see here is about mid-May, and I can show you that on the Bitcoin chart. A lot going on. Where did we start selling off? Look at the date at the bottom, right down here. You can see around that mid-May. So that's one way of looking at it on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Right now, we haven't tanked. I have this trend line, and trend lines, you don't have to follow them religiously, but I am wondering if it's possible it gets up, sorry about my animals, if it gets up further and then crashes down, or maybe it just crashes down from here, somewhere to the low 40s. This is the worst trend line you've ever seen. We can adjust this in a number of ways. I was trying to honor some of these guys back here, but maybe the trend line for Bitcoin dominance, maybe I should look at it more that way, which I guess that makes more sense now that I think about it. The other signal I'm looking for, I promise I'm getting into the miner stocks in a minute here, is this is the tether dominance. So again, the overall percentage of market cap of crypto that's in tether. And as you can see, when we have this upward ascending trend line, when Bitcoin hits this level, those are local tops. So that was the 2017 top. This was the 2019 mid-cycle top I showed you before. This was the top before we had the COVID dump. This was that first Bitcoin top. Let me go to right here. So we had a double top here in 2021. Let me come back to this. This was the double top on the Tether dominance. One thing I want you to look at is the RSI. When we broke above the 50, where were we? Mid-May, just like I showed you before with the Bitcoin dominance. And here, this was the true top of Bitcoin in 2021. It was in November. When we got above 50, that's when we sold off as well. So this is a second reason I'm very bullish is the RSI, the relative strength index, is so oversold. So to me, I would think that it would take a few months before it would get to 50 at the very least. And maybe by that time, we have an early bull run. I don't know, though. I mean, it's possible that you see how quickly things can go in one direction or the other. So maybe it's possible a big sell-off is coming and the RSI is just going to ape all the way up into the overbought territory, quote or unquote. But another indicator I'm looking for, I want to see the RSI stay down here in Tether dominance. And as it gets close to 50, I'm going to be very curious to see if by that time the alts and the miners are running. And guys, this is important because alt season, it can happen in the last 2 to 8 weeks of those bull runs. So when the alts were going 5, 10, 20x, and even Bitcoin miners at the end of 2021, at the end of 2017 and in March of 2021, it happens in a very short time. Things spike up. I'll show you that on the miners. However, it can be hard to see as we chop around, and it can happen very quickly. At least that is what has happened twice before. We'll see if it happens again, kind of like I showed you guys in the beginning. Market data, it's not enough to predict future results. And here at Market Psychology, we have to recognize that correlation doesn't equal causation. All because we have prior patterns doesn't mean that they can't be broken. This is one thing we're looking at, but it is not the only thing. We have to be nimble and able to react to market conditions. So let's get into it. Marathon Digital Holdings. Let's see where that is at. I'm going to be taking a look at these in a couple different ways. We have this fib drawn from the prior high. That was November 21. Look at this. That was March, April 21. See how quickly it can spike. Look at this. October. Beginning of October, see the date at the bottom there? Beginning of October, we were at 35, and by the end of the first week of November, it went up a large amount, all the way to 83. So things can happen very quickly. And here on the chart, you can see on the weekly, we had a sell signal. I had this trend line drawn, and it has broken down through it. So that's bearish. However, it is a higher low as far as right now. We can get rid of this trend line. I do like seeing this wick as a potential base. Something else, we have the RSI going down, the price going up. That is bearish divergence. And let's throw on some moving averages. So when we're getting below the trend a little bit, we want to see the moving averages, and some of these have to hold. So here, this gold one, that is the 50. I believe this is the 100. I don't believe the 200 is showing. It's typically a dark blue one. Yeah, actually the dark blue one, it's right around here. So look at that, the dark blue one, it's hard to see. Let's brighten that up a little bit. I'll show you guys kind of how to do this too. So here you can see we can make it a little brighter, and I'm going to bump up the thickness on that a little bit too. That's what she said. So you can see these moving averages. We have this 0.5 fib right here as well. So Marathon, maybe it gets down to the 16 level. It's possible. That's what it looks like on the weekly. As far as on the daily, As far as on the daily, what do we have here? It's right at the 100-day moving average. Looks to maybe get down to the 200. So the 200 on the daily and all these on the weekly and the 0.5, to me, that has to hold. If not, I could see things getting very bearish. And so far, you can't say we've technically had higher lows. So if we get under here, that's, of course, bad. And if we get under here, that's very, very bad technical analysis for you. So just some things to keep an eye on. But right now, we can see we had a weekly sell signal. I would wait to see some turnaround. Maybe we get some similar structure right here and we get a buy signal. And, it's possible that in a month or two, we might just see accumulation and then boom, it just apes up. Marathon Digital Holdings, it has a market cap of $6 billion. So something to keep in mind. If you believe this can turn into a 5X, then you're looking at a $30 billion Bitcoin miner, and a 10X, obviously a $60 billion one. But Marathon is the number one Bitcoin miner right now. The next one is CleanSpark, CLSK, and let's take a look at that one. So this one, still looking very good. We can see here we have this long-legged doji, very thin candle in the middle, and it is red. So looking for some bearish sort of movement to come here. You can see on the daily when we zoom in, a little bit of accumulation, a lot of red showing up, possibly getting down to this 50 moving average, 100, 200. You can see here we have this fib, and we have a high back here in late December. So maybe it comes back down here to the $12 range. And CleanSpark, this is a $4 billion crypto. And if we zoom out and see where it went to at the top of 2021, this one ran at that first cycle top here, not here. And so it got as high as 40, 41. So 2X if it gets back there, and if it gets even higher, you can see here, where was this? This was in 2018 that it got as high as 150. So we'll see where this one gets. Again, I think it's important to consider market cap because a lot of people throw out crazy, crazy predictions. And if you do believe in any of those predictions, like, hey, the altcoin market, we're going to have alt season, things will go 5, 10X, something to consider is market cap. And if we had a 5X on CleanSpark, that would make it a $20 billion market cap, at least momentarily, where you could sell and take some profits. And in crypto, to me, it's more of a buy low, sell high strategy rather than buy and hold, even though that strategy could have worked out for you many times with Bitcoin, as long as you weren't just buying the tops, because then you're waiting 4 years or about 3 to 4 years for every cycle. So just something to keep in mind, that if you're buying in these lower ranges and then selling in these upper red ranges here, then obviously you can keep increasing the value of your investments. It's kind of a trade vesting style strategy. Next one, let's take a look at Phoenix Group. I got that wrong. PHX dot Phoenix Minerals. This is what's showing on my phone as the ticker, but this looks different than what I got here. Phoenix Minerals. It's probably right in front of my face and I'm not seeing it. PHX.AE. That's what I got. What's going on? Well, let's take a look at this one. It's a different logo than this other screen I got up. And market cap, yeah, this is not the same one. The one I'm looking for is a market cap of $3 billion. So let me try that again. PHX. And here, we're watching me struggle bus right now. So yeah, don't see it. All right, never mind. Riot Blockchain. Forget any of that. Some of you watching are like, I'm unsubscribing right now, giving this guy a downvote. What is this clown show? All right, no one's perfect. And let's put this on log scale. What do we have for Riot? So right here it's at the 382. It needs to stay above there. You can see all these moving averages are converging. So the fib is really holding it up. We have this trend line, this fib, all these moving averages, and price is coiling in here. You can see we could draw a couple trend lines right here. And as you can see, things are coming together, getting really tight. So I'm expecting an explosive move coming in either way. And if you guys aren't seeing kind of what I'm talking about, just something like this. So it does seem to be that we are winding up, getting ready for a big move. And yeah, to my point before, remember what I said about 2020? So December of 2020, that's when we broke prior Bitcoin all-time highs, and this was about $7, $8, and then by mid-February, it did a 10x. So again, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Crypto alt season, it can get crazy really fast, and yeah, February or January, February, even Bitcoin had a little bit of a correction in here. So maybe a big move's coming. If we look on the daily, yeah, it just looks more like what we were just looking at. What is nice is on the daily, look at this, right on that fib, you can see we had a nice buy signal, a bounce, and I would wait for confirmation on the weekly. But if you're feeling aggressive, kind of like a degenerate, educated gambler, then hell, take a shot. But me, I would wait for confirmation on the weekly, even if it went a little bit higher. And yeah, that's what we got for Riot. Next, let's take a look at CIFR. Sorry again about the Phoenix one not showing up. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. So let's see, CIFR, let's take this and put it on log so the fibs look better and show us more of the true story that's going on. So you can see this top here was September of 21. Remember, Bitcoin had its true all-time high last cycle in November of 21. That was down here. And you can see this one came out after Bitcoin was already making a new all-time high. So something to be conscientious of. It went up here to 15. It was down at this price of 9, so not even a 2x. And man, can you imagine getting in on this one? 15 all the way to about 40% of a cent. So right now we are playing with this 618 fib, kind of bounce around between the 0.5, 618. This does look nice and bullish and green right now. If we go to the daily, do we see anything different? Okay, yeah, we see this one looking a little stronger than those other miners. So even though this one doesn't have maybe as much value where you can buy after the sell signal and the turnaround, do know that more often than not, when stocks, miners, cryptos look like this, there's more strength in them, and that's not a bad thing. So CIFR looking pretty good right now, staying above this fib line here at the 618. And yeah, the market cap for CIFR is 1.34 billion. By the way, for Riot's market cap is 3 billion. Okay, I'll go back to that one in a second. So CIFR has a $1.3 billion market cap. If you believe in a 10x, we're talking about 13 billion. So yeah, a 10x from here obviously would make it something like 45, which would put it way up here. If we take this scale or this fib scale off log, what we can see, if this did do a 10x somewhere around 45 or 40, close to a 9x, that's a 2618. So some possible targets you can look for in a super bullish scenario. Let's go back to Riot real quick because I just want to talk about market cap again with you guys. So market cap, Riot, again, if we do the same thing as we did with the last one, Riot being a $3 billion market cap and at 12 right now, if we take it off log and take a look at some of the further extensions that are up higher, you can see right around a 10x is 1618. So most bullish situation right here. And I've also noted we have this trend line moving up. So maybe we get somewhere between here. If, no guarantees, we had a giant move up, kind of like we did back here. So we'll see. Next, let's go to BTDR. Taking a look at some different ones. If there's any miners I don't look at today that you really want me to look at, let me know. Something to note again. So I've talked about how when cryptos and when mining stocks come out late in the bull run of a cycle, that more often than not, I just see them tank. Now this one, God, what the hell do we do with this chart right now? This chart doesn't give me a lot of confidence here, but you know, just for the sake of it, we can draw fibs from the high to the low, see what we got here. And we have a buy signal here above the 382. That's good. I want to make sure that our scale is on the log. So that's going to change things a little bit. And here at the 618. So overall, we have some accumulation here. We have a lot of moving averages in here. We did just get a buy signal very recently, so we got that on BTDR. This is a $930 million market cap. So, yeah, take from this what you will. Maybe we'll see some turnaround. I would like to see a breakthrough and hold over this 100 moving average that is resistance. You can see here, we closed, looked above it, and immediately came back down. When was that? December of 23. So that's interesting. Maybe because we do have higher lows, maybe a much bigger move is coming. We'll see. So do your research on these guys. I can't research all 1,000 cryptos and mining stocks out there. Do your research. We're just taking a look at the technicals to see if you can find some deeper value in them. Next, let's take a look at Bitfarms. And Bitfarms, I've noted here we have this upward ascending trend line from this base, and that maybe we're going to run into it again. We can see here that this blue line, remember, that's the 200 moving average, and that bounced strongly off of it. So right now it is staying above the 200. So far it is still playing out the sell signal it had before. And guys, don't base everything that you do off buy and sell signals, obviously, but just something to be aware of. We're just, technical analysis is not everything. It is another tool in your toolbox to try to give yourself an advantage, to get more value out of the markets. And again, that's why we talk about fear and greed too, because when there's high fear, that can often lead to getting more value too, or when the RSI is oversold a bit. So maybe we are just playing out another similar move as we did back here, or maybe we go down through it. I would not want to see it go down through this 0.5 fib and these other moving averages right here. I want to see it stay above the 200. So watch that one on the weekly. On the daily, you can see again, we have this 200 moving average. It wants to come and stay above this 100 moving average teal line right here. So yeah, we'll see. And as far as Bitfarms, this has an $830 million market cap. So a 10x would be around $8 billion. And if we took it off log and just looked for where about a 10x would be, and guys, not that I'm guaranteeing a 10x, but it's just fun to look at the possibilities. So it's funny to see sometimes where a 10x would be, and usually it's right near a fib. And I show this to you because should things get crazy bullish, should we get an alt season and Bitcoin goes somewhere between, I don't know, 120 and 200K, we could take a look at this rainbow chart. Let's say we have an early top somewhere in the summer. Okay, let's go to mid-June. Look at that orange box, 120,000 at the start. Look at the red box above it, maybe up to 210K. So if we're in that range in the orange and red box, not the top one, but the second to top one, then yes, altcoins, miners can go nuts. And you can take a look at selling at some of these areas. Of course, this is just me speaking for myself here. You do you. I would not wait to take 100% of my profits at this level. Oftentimes things can just wick there and sell off. So maybe take percentage of profit out, get your investment back, and then play with house money. Take out, I don't know, 50% here, and then set a sell order somewhere near or underneath that area. Just something to think about. Okay. After Bitfarms, let's take a look at Hut 8 Mining. And let's zoom out here. Okay, what do we got? So we are above the 236, and we do have these kind of higher lows. I mean, not with this back here. And we do have these lower highs. So you can see here that got a couple trend lines going on. Let's draw this out. Oop, go away. I'm using the little finger mouse keypad thing on my Mac. Sometimes it messes me up. So let's try to draw this out. I never did good in art class, so I apologize. So maybe we keep moving around in this range. Let's go to the weekly. I rather look at the weekly and the monthly personally, because I rather be a patient, long-term investor that helps me take my emotions out of things more or less. And we are underneath these moving averages. Of course, we have this light blue one right here. But these moving averages are resistance. We have to get above it, and we have this fib level the 236 as key support. So I want to see this trend line. I want to see this fib hold, and I would like to see us break up and back through. Now, maybe we're just going to range in here before getting in here and then violently shooting one way or the other. Something to think about. HUT has a market cap of 800 million. So 10x, this would be 90, and it would be an $8 billion market cap if it did at 10x. But again, I'm not holding. I'm selling. I would be if I'm buying down here, I'm fine selling here, even if it goes a little bit higher. Me, I don't care. I'll take a 5-10x profit anytime I can. Let's go to Wolf, TerraWolf, and yeah, something I've noted with this last time is that from this fib, that when we went down, we have this fib range, and then I drew another fib down here. Actually, let's get rid of it. It's kind of making it too complicated. But I noticed that we are getting in this little wedge right here, and we have this long-legged doji and some moving averages, and so, you know, key moving average, resistance 100, 200. We got to break through those. Let's take a look at this fib on log scale. And okay, we are above the 236, trying to get above the 382. And what's cool is if we get above the 382, we'll be testing that 100. The 0.5 will be testing at 200. Man, if we get above the 100 and the 382, I'll be feeling pretty good about Wolf. So Wolf, it has a $690 million market cap. And it would have to be a $7 billion to market cap to 10x, and this 233 would have to be 23. So that wouldn't even be prior all-time highs for 10x. So even just getting to prior all-time highs like it did in November of 21, I mean, you do the math right here. It's almost a 20x, more like a, I don't know, 17, 18x. So yeah, if this gets prior all-time highs and you bought right here, cool. On the weekly, we have this red, we have the sell signal. I do want to see a buy signal play out, okay? Maybe we go to the daily. Are things looking better? Daily has a buy signal, looking pretty strong. Maybe you give this another day or two, and then maybe you come back in 2 days and it's up here and you missed it. You never know with crypto. But I never want to chase. I never want my emotions to dictate how or when I buy. I want to be patient. Let things play out for me. So the weekly, man, CORZ Scientific, when did this one come out? January 24. So already, guys, this is going to piss people off because it has in prior videos. Anytime a new crypto or mining stock comes out when we've just broken all-time highs, I've seen those turn into falling knives all too often. Now, I'm not saying this can't 2x, but I can't think of any altcoins or miners that when they came out at the end of a bull run, I'm talking right up here, or, you know, after we're already in all-time highs, we were just in all-time highs before. I never see these things turn out well. Maybe you're a CORZ Scientific shell. Good for you. But so far, I mean, hey, we're near the lows it's had. But again, CORZ Scientific, it has a $610 million market cap, all because we have this accumulation structure. Guys, we don't have anything else. And there's nothing stopping this from turning into a falling knife. So I'm not going to draw a bunch of fibs. I'm just going to warn you guys. Sure, could this be a 20x whatever? Of course. Crypto, anything's possible. However, in 2017, alts I saw come out late turned into falling knives. In 2021, alts that came out late turned into falling knives. Just saying, I'm warning you. If you invest in it, I hope it works out for you, but I have not seen it work out. So that's my analysis on that one. Sorry if you don't like it. Iris Energy Limited. Let's zoom out on this one. We actually have some charting here and what is going on. So yeah, look at this. November 21. You can see it right at the bottom down there. November 21. Okay. We have, this came out literally when Bitcoin made its all-time high last cycle. And if you bought and you like this one, you bought it at 20, you would have seen this one get all the way down to $1.30. I mean, how brutal is that? Bitcoin has an all-time high. You're excited, and then boom, falls 95%. So it is nice to see higher lows. Maybe we're gonna beat the prior all-time highs. Maybe we only get up to the 0.5618. Iris Energy has a market cap of 580 million, and it has a sell signal playing out. A lot of moving averages converging, and so yeah, I'm waiting to see the turnaround, and hopefully we keep creating higher lows, and yeah, it can go up higher from there. I'm just going to run through some others I'm seeing here, and we'll give you quicker analysis. God, look at this thing. Oh boy. And so Canaan Inc. was as high as 39. This was March 21, so that first top right in here. And man, we just keep falling. This one is a market cap of 370 million. Let's draw a fib. Why not? On this awful piece of junk. And all right, so here's what we have. We're just, the one bullish thing you could say here is, hey, we have higher lows from the base, and we are under the moving averages. We're under the fibs. I'm not liking this one. I know you could say, well, there's deep value, and maybe this will come back around. Sure. To me, this is educated gambling money. If you want to take a risk at some deep value, and you believe this thing can go back up to prior all-time highs, yeah, that's like a 20x, or actually not a 20x, a 40x. So sure, have at it. But actually, when I go to the market cap, sorry, the website I have up is showing me something different. So it's at 217 million. I said 370 million before, so must be a month-old article or something. So anyways, let's take a look at Bit Digital. We've taken a look at this one before, and we have fibs on fibs. Let's get rid of this. And yeah, we're under the 382, trying to hold this base right here, and the sell signal is still playing out. So at least we have some base here with the wicks underneath. I want to see it stay down here. If it falls down and through this, then we're going back down to $1.50. So you can see here the 200 moving average, it has been acting as resistance. So if we do get back up through the 100, watch what it does through the 200. I want to see it stay above the 0.5 in a healthy way and start treating this like support. Start actually closing above it, which it has not done yet. So that's what I'm looking at with this one. It's a $215 million market cap, so a $2 billion market cap would be a 10x. Any others I want to take a look at? Maybe we can do one more. Let's talk about Hive. I'm trying to take a look at some new ones for you guys. And okay, this one you can see topped in February, March of 21, as well as November. So it did the double top just like Bitcoin did. However, at its high was at that first level, whereas Bitcoin was here. And you can see we are on the 236 fib. Sell signal's playing out. I want to see it stay above that 236 fib, not get below 280. And we have the 100 and 200 at resistance. Again, look at the 100 and the 200. We have yet to have a solid daily close, the entire candle, to stay above it. So when it does, if it gets to this 0.5 and closes above these and turns these into resistance, support instead of resistance, I'll feel better about Hive. And Hive, we have a market cap, 320 million, so 3.2 billion would be a 10x. Okay, so anyways, guys, hope you are enjoying these Bitcoin mining stock videos. Sorry again about that Phoenix one. I'll have to go back and take a look at how I screwed that up. Apologies. And yeah, obviously do your own research on these. The mining stocks, let me talk about the goods and the bads as far as these, at least what the news is saying. When the news is bearish, I see all these articles about how because we are having another halving cycle, that half the amount of Bitcoin will be mined, and so there won't be as much value in the miners. That's the bearish way of looking at it. The bullish way of looking at it, and people have talked about Bitcoin in this way since as long as I've been in this market, since 2017. The bullish way of looking at it is that because half the amount of Bitcoin is being mined, that creates a supply crunch, which then drives up demand. That's what the news articles say when we're going up, and they say the bearish things when we're going down. So here at Market Psychology, try to remove your emotion, take a look at the positives and the negatives, try to do your own research, and ultimately really like and believe in what you are putting your hard-earned money into. And here again, with the technical analysis and the charts we're looking at, our goal, our objective is to try to look at getting deep value for our hard-earned dollars where we can, use technical analysis and psychology to our advantage, not get sucked up into the hype and the pumps. And, when prices are high, everyone's feeling great, all-time highs, the news great, all the YouTube channels they're all talking about how great things are. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to spend more time in the market, and we're trying to react to conditions in the market that meet our plan. All our plans are going to be different, but do write down a plan. If you want to invest in crypto mining stocks and altcoins, write down a list of 4 so you can do a lot of research on what those 4 are, and try not to fall in love with them either. Look at the good, look at the bad, and if by the end of the day when you do your research and I do talk about one of those assets, then sure, I hope I can help you find deeper value and sort of adjust your mindset to be more patient and to wait for good times to get in so you're not catching falling knives, and we are just trying to increase the overall value of our investments. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to take a look at where I screwed up on that Phoenix Group mining stock situation, and yeah, I'll get back to you guys on that. So anyways, hope you enjoyed, hope everyone's doing well, and should we get another one of these? I mean, we did break the prior all-time highs, and last 2 times when we did that, you can see we still had big corrections. These were 30% corrections. Okay, that can still happen, and since we just broke all-time highs, some of these corrections are the last opportunity to buy in, should we be having a blow off top and just going up for another, 3 to 6 months. So remember, altcoins and the mining stocks, some of them might not rip up until the very last month or 2. So just something to keep in mind. Be patient, hold strong, and if we see Bitcoin dominance crash and Tether dominance on the weekly, I showed you the RSI. Let's get rid of one of these here. These are things I'm looking for as indicators. If on the weekly we see the RSI getting really close to 50 and then Bitcoin dominance already tanks, then I'm going to be looking to get out by that time. So Bitcoin dominance isn't up to where I thought it'd be yet. Maybe it can get there before tanking. And, if it does tank, then I'll be posting a video saying red alert and look at taking profits soon. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all doing well. Take care.